Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the summer session of EDU 600. My name is Kevin Doran, and I am the instructor for this particular course. So, welcome. I know it is the middle of the summer right now, and I know everybody has a million things going on, including the 4th of July weekend that we're in the process of enjoying at this point. It's nice to have a nice sunny day, Saturday today. And I want to welcome you to the class. So the purpose of this video is to introduce you to the course. There's going to be a separate video for the syllabus, and then I have another video produced by Jeff Beaudry, who is the author of our textbook. And Jeff, I use his videos throughout this 7-week course quite a bit. You will find out that every week we will have probably 2 videos, sometimes 3 videos, which are part of the required reading, which are part of the required materials. And just a couple of things to get us going before we do embark on this introduction to the course. I really want to stress to everybody, my goal as the instructor and the professor for this course is to help everybody succeed. You probably hear that all the time, but maybe not. I really mean it. This is, from my experience, this is, I won't say it's a course that's any harder than any other master's level courses in the School of Education and Human Development. It's just a different way of looking at things. So I want to say up front, if there's any time you need to get a hold of me, please shoot me an email, shoot me a text. If you do send me a text, please just let me know who it is. You know how that works. If you leave a message on my phone, please leave a message. Otherwise, if it's an unknown number, it just defaults to basically the spam folder. So, and I will call you back. This is a 7-week program. And just one other thing before we get to the actual materials, I would just encourage everybody to stay current with the work. You don't have to get ahead of the work. And actually, I only release 1 week at a time, sometimes 2 weeks. But in a 7-week course, especially this course, I encourage you to stay up on the materials every week, because 1 week, week 1 builds. In week number 2, it builds on week number 1. Week 3 builds on week number 1 and 2, and that's how the whole course is. We're building throughout the semester to the final assignment, and I will talk about that in a little bit. I think everybody in this class has taken a Brightspace course or master's level course at USM, but if not, I will encourage you to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you with the kind of navigation on Brightspace. I'm not going to spend too much time on that today because looking at the roster, I believe that most everybody, if not everybody, has already taken a Brightspace course. So big thing is you stay on top of the work, look at the videos, read the materials, and you will be fine. Okay, so for those that are relatively new or you forget, it's been a while, I generally use Brightspace, the content area. And as you can see, all of the announcements are going to show up on the Brightspace page. That's our learning platform. Basically, it's our site for the course. We are embarking on an asynchronous experience, which means there are no required class sessions. I put the materials online on Saturday, either Friday or Saturday for the next week. We will have 2 or 3, maybe even 4 optional Zoom videos for anybody that wants to chime in, have some questions. I record these and then I post them the next day. Generally, they are in the evening at about 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the evening. And I've been teaching this class for over 10 years, usually 2 or 3 times a year. And I can tell you 18 or 20 people in the class. It's a big class. But generally, we get 3, 4, 5 people showing up for the Zoom meetings, which is fine, because if you can't make it, you can look at the recording the next day. So, as you can see, the announcements are up here. This is, in effect, saying our first day of class is the 7th, which is Monday. Our weeks do run Monday to Sunday, so you have the entire week to do the required work, and you also have the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and once again, our weeks go Monday to Sunday. Navigating the site, you can, I'm going to click on the content area. Now, just be aware, I'm looking at the instructor's view, so you may see a couple of things that are different. Around here, this is the navigational panel. We'll take a look at the syllabus, bookmarks, course schedule. This basically will give you anything that I've put a date in, which tends to be the assignment. The pre-course welcome letter, this is the letter that I sent out back in June, getting around Brightspace, writing style, textbook, and I do want to say something about the textbook. Now, this, I included it, and we have permission from the instructor to temporarily use the PDF version of this textbook. We're doing it as a fail-safe, because sometimes people have not ordered the textbook and it takes a week or two to get the book. If that is the case, you feel free to use this. This is a PDF, but I prefer everybody has their own copy of the book. Over here, you can see this is hidden, so in your version, I will make this live tomorrow, which is July 6th. And as you can see, I have everything set up for the course. Once again, I do not release the materials until Friday or Saturday before the next week. A couple of things you can take a look at, the interpreter review assignment, that is the final assignment. Don't want to bog everybody down with the specifics because it would be overwhelming at this point. But feel free to look at that. Recorded Zoom sessions, this is where they go. Library resources, this is a valuable component to the course. In the course, you'll come in here. Basically, this is your way to get to the library databases in a very easy way. You don't have to sign into the library, USM library. Over here, textbooks and resources. You can feel free with that. Probably what you're going to be doing is coming in and hitting databases and journals. For those that have looked for primary source documents, and you'll be hearing a lot from me talking about primary source documents, they are, for this course, they are research that has been conducted by the author or authors. It is not me as the author summarizing the vast body of knowledge that exists out there. So we use all of these databases, Academic Search Complete, Education Research Complete, ERIC, Google Scholar, and I'll have some more information on that. But these are the websites that you will use to look for and locate primary source documents. More on that as we move forward. So let me go back to the navigation panel. So that was down towards the bottom, but on your screen it probably is more to the top, more modules. We have some exemplars. The qualitative critique is the first true assignment that we have. Everybody in the class reads one article, and the article that I assign to everybody, we discuss it, and then you write a critique on it. Once again, much more information coming on that. Library assistance from Tim Lynch. Tim is the research librarian for our particular course and our particular program. You can reach out to Tim at any time if you're looking for a certain publication, you can't find it. Tim's the guy. You can also reach out to me. Searching for primary source documents, please look at this from the beginning, because as you'll see, we hit the ground running, and really the first thing that you will submit as an assignment is 6 different articles on a subject. And once again, this will be explained in a little more detail coming up. Way down at the bottom, which I'll probably shuffle this around towards the top, we are going to have a discussion area where everybody has an opportunity to actually introduce themselves to the class. That would be fine. I just added mine in here. You come down here, click on it, blah, blah, blah. You can read all about me. I have a master's and a doctorate in adult education, adult learning, and teaching this course is one of my favorite courses that I teach. I also run the master's in adult and higher ed program, the master's program at USM, and I teach in the Ed Leadership program. That's our department is Ed Leadership, which are principals and assistant principals and superintendents, and also the adult and higher ed program. I've been through a lot of schooling and a lot of programs. I am probably, as far as I know, the only licensed forester that works for USM. And I've maintained, early on in my career, I was a forester, but I've maintained my connection with the natural resource world, including spending 20 years with the state of Maine as a natural science educator, teaching adults and students. Some of my things I like to do, well, those are a couple of my grandkids. I love walking the beach, Popham. I'm not far from Popham and Reed State Park. That's my wonderful wife, although right now she has a broken foot and a broken hand. So she was involved with a dog. She was trying to protect our dog, and she broke her hand. And then about 4 weeks after that, and she had surgery, so she had pins in her hands. She was out in our yard walking around, she stepped in a kind of a hole, and she broke her foot. So she has a double whammy right there. This is down in Kettle Cove, which is Cape Elizabeth, one of my favorite beaches in the world. So I am a runner. I love being outside. I do everything outside. I'm looking forward to the Beach to Beacon road race coming up. And I say in this text, if you read it, I love teaching. And I really mean that. I've been involved with teaching adults for close to 35 years now in different capacities. And I absolutely feel that it is my calling. I kind of wish I found it earlier in my career, but you know, things happen when they're meant to happen. So let me go back to the panel. Content area. Come on. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to come to the introduction, week 1. Now, something on this course. This course is all about understanding research. We're going to be looking at primary research. We're going to be looking at qualitative research, quantitative research, mixed methods research, single case research, and then we also look at this thing called practitioner research, which is a different form than the qualitative or quantitative or the mixed methods. So we're not conducting research this semester. You learn how to read, analyze, and write. That's what it's about. Read, analyze, write. And so for those that are freaking out a little bit, don't worry. You're not conducting research, but I do want to put out there, I'd like you to start thinking about something that you would be interested in examining, some topic. And next Wednesday or Thursday, we will hold an optional Zoom meeting. I'll send more information out on that in the next couple of days. I'm trying to work on my schedule. I'll talk more on all of these specifics. So what I'd like you to do in week 1, take a look at the video that I'm recording right now. Take a look at the syllabus overview. Take a look at Jeff Beaudry's video that gives you a really good overview of this course and what we're doing this semester. Think about it as research literacy. It is not a research course. It is a research literacy, so you understand, you can analyze, you can write about it. This week, I would like everybody to read chapters 1, 2, and 17. So you can kind of scan 17. Tour the course site. Select one of 5 abstracts on pages 15 to 19 in the textbooks, and briefly respond in the discussion area. You can copy and paste this whole thing. Copy the name, title, purpose, etc., etc. Come down here. It's not that complicated an assignment, but it's getting your brain just thinking about what an abstract is. So pick one of the 5 abstracts, copy this into your discussion post, and keep it simple. In the course will be, I'd like you to take a look at the online information on there. Also, how-to videos, article linker and education, take a look at that. How do we do interlibrary loan, etc. And then I'd like you to take a look at this link to search for primary research. Begin to identify a research problem or topic that you're interested in. And just to give you a couple of ideas, I've had students that are really interested. They might be a 3rd grade teacher, and they are interested in what are exemplary ways to teach 3rd graders math. I've had students going through some personal challenges with their family. I had one student a few semesters ago really interested in studying the effect of chemotherapy on the brain and on learning, etc. I'd like you to introduce yourself in the forum, previewing the final paper, and then once again read and comment on the abstracts. What I'd like everybody to do, and you don't have to do it for all, but this will be the format. You do your original post by Wednesday of the week, and then I'd like you to comment on at least 2 other people throughout the week. Do not go overboard. You don't need to be. This is not meant to be an assignment. And I'm really looking for more substance than, hey, that was a great post, Kevin, and let it go as that. Give some substance to it. And also, when you're doing your initial post, if you can tie it in with something in the text or a video, so you say, I think this is really good research because I think it's really good research. No. Take a look at the information in chapter 1 or 2 or whatever the week that we're reading or whatever chapters we're reading in the textbook, and you can quote Jeff Beaudry. You can quote the text. You can quote the authors of those books. So this is where you do your class introduction, previewing the final paper, and really this is just one question you have about the essay, and then here's the abstract area. So that's it for the week. I usually get through this particular video within 20 minutes. I know it's an eternity, and I apologize for that, but I feel like it's the only opportunity that we have, that I have, that I can go through some basic information. So you can always, with these videos, they go to YouTube. You can always hit or listen and watch it at 2.0, which means I will be talking about it much faster. So that is it. Once again, welcome to the class. I'm really happy that you're here. I love teaching, and I'm always, I've been in vacation mode. Although I have to tell you, the umpteen medical appointments that I've had with my wife. Lauren and I have been together for, I think she broke her hand and was in the dog fight on our 47th wedding anniversary. So, yep, we did get married young, and we had kids young, and we had grandkids young, and aren't we lucky? So, I've been a little preoccupied over the last month with all of the medical stuff and surgeries, etc. So that's it for me. Anytime you have questions, concerns, comments, you're just struggling, please reach out to me. Don't wait nip it in the bud, and we will figure it out. So welcome to the course. Welcome to the summer session, and I look forward to learning with you this semester. Bye, everybody.